Milky Way galaxy, Orion Arm.
Witchhead Nebula.
Witchhead? As in the Battle of Witchhead?
I've spent the last few months trying to catch up on 300 years of history. Someone want to refresh my memory?
Allow me. The Witchhead Nebula was the site of the climactic battle of the Nietzschean Rebellion.
Nietzschean tactical offensive.
Whatever. The point is, this is where the system's Commonwealth made its last stand. 100 High Guard ships, the broken remains of your team, commanded by Captain Teddy Roosevelt on the flagship Thermopylae.
Captain Teddy Roosevelt.
Did you know him?
Not personally, no.
Anyway, Roosevelt was up against 5,000 Nietzschean ships.
Closer to 500.
Who's telling this story, me or you?
You. And that's precisely what you're telling, isn't it?
Thank you. The Nietzscheans were commanded by Admiral Ho Chi Minh of the Gunga Din Pride. Now, the battle lasted 40 days and 40 nights, and by the time it all ended, the entire nebula was flooded with fire. Finally, it's down to 2 ships, Roosevelt's Thermopylae and Ho's Shining Path. Only Roosevelt was dying, so he takes the Thermop and rams it straight into the path kamikaze style, and boom! Takes Ho down in one last great act of defiance, saving Earth.
Translation, please.
The Nietzscheans ambushed the remnants of the High Guard fleet. They had 500 ships. The High Guard had less than 100. Eventually, the Commonwealth forces were completely destroyed. Not, however, before they inflicted heavy casualties on the Nietzschean fleet, particularly on the ships of the ruling Drago-Katsov Pride, consequently leaving them vulnerable. In the aftermath, Pride Jaguar and their allies launched a surprise attack. The ensuing civil war shattered the entire Nietzschean alliance.
Which is why the Nietzscheans didn't take over after the war.
All hope for a united Nietzschean empire died here. The Battle of Witchhead was an unmitigated disaster for both sides.
I like my version better.
The only virtue of my version is that it's the truth.
As far as you know.
Meaning what, exactly?
I'm detecting a swarm of new ships. Multiple vectors bearing 0 mark 0, range 3 light minutes.
Slipstream portal. On screen. The Valor. Too late.
It's too late when we saw them. These images are already 3 minutes old.
And now? I'm about 180. Maximum stealth mode.
What about your friend?
My friend died over 300 years ago. Take us deeper into the nebula. Nice and smooth. I don't want to attract attention.
Whatever you say.
Dylan, something is not right here. Tyr, how many ships did you say the Nietzscheans had?
Historical record reached 500.
I'm reading closer to 1,500.
3 times as many as they're supposed to have.
Dylan, I finished sorting the Maru's records.
And?
I did locate 17 different accounts of the Battle of Witchhead. All of them are quite consistent. The Nietzschean fleet was comprised of 500 ships. No more.
Well, then how do you explain those extra ships?
We must have changed history. Something we did influenced the timeline.
Or something we will do.
Before the battle.
Which, according to my analysis, is in less than 4 hours.
Harper's device.
Fusion catalyst. These records are right. The only way we can preserve history, prevent the rise of a Nietzschean empire, and ensure that our timeline remains intact, is to destroy over 1,000 Nietzschean ships.
The battle is less than 2 hours away. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to have to decide soon.
Do you believe in fate?
The idea that the universe is a vast pre-programmed machine does have a certain appeal.
Not for me. I've always believed a man makes his own fate, that life is made up of a series of choices.
You do have a choice.
Do I? Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the right one. There are 3 times as many enemy ships as there should be. We have the means to destroy them. What is the simplest explanation? Let Harper out of his quarters. Get him to deploy his fusion catalyst. We are going in.
Aye, aye. Emerging from the molecular cloud.
Let's do this. Rami, route weapon control to my station. Rev, turn on the active sensors.
That'll get their attention.
Battle stations. Full power engines.
We've engaged multiple targets. Light damage to each. Enemy ships are moving to intercept.
Keep moving. Jab and weave. Launch combat drone.
If you're trying to stir up a hornet's nest, you've done it. And they're starting to sting.
Tyr,
Stranasazi, can we help you?
My people have a legend about the Battle of Witch Head. They say that the Nietzschean forces arrived here with overwhelming numbers. Their victory seemed assured. But then, in the critical hour, the Angel of Death appeared, summoning forth the fires of hell. The Nietzschean fleet was struck down, crippled. Their glorious victory turned to ashes.
You knew all along?
I've never seen an angel before.
Rami, how long to ground zero?
45 seconds.
Harper, initiate the fusion catalyst.
Nietzschean ships are in position.
Dylan!
Dylan.
I have become death. Destroyer of worlds.
I'm reading multiple explosions. 2/3 of the Nietzschean fleet were in the target zone.
100,000.
Brace for impact. All systems functioning normally.
What's left of the Nietzschean fleet is peeling off.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
We win.
We're approaching the slipstream portal.
Take us in as soon as we're in range.
Transiting into slipstream in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.